Hello everyone, we are back. We are just going to start patch 4.4 with our quest with Alice, Emissary of the Dawn. We get the emote Ponder. He got better. It's been an eventful few days, hasn't it? But I suppose all we can do now is wait for word from Alphinaud. I don't recall the last time I had nothing pressing to be on with. We should probably make the most of it. Shall I put on some tea? He would be lovely. You may regale me with the tale of your adventures in the Far East, and of your encounter with this new primal especially. I'll put on the kettle then. That table looks free if you'd like to take a seat. No, I don't want to take a seat. Alright guys, it's tea time. Upon sitting at the table, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended that you set aside a sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Alright, here goes. Interesting. So this Tsukuyomi was summoned in much the same manner as Susanoo, via the medium of a sacred relic. That's right, they believe their gods, or kami, reside in physical objects. Given the danger they represent, it may behoove us to begin a catalog of such relics, but if we are to contain the threat, we will require a better understanding of the summoning method itself. I believe I shall pay a visit to Doma and learn what I can on the subject. A fine idea. I know for a fact that our friends in Doma would be grateful for any information which could help prevent further summoning in the region. I'll pen you a letter of instruction. Lord Hien will wish to welcome our resident expert on etherology. Greetings. Could it be that I'm in time for tea? It certainly looks that way. Come on, sit down and tell us how your investigations went. I also appreciate those warnings. After you left, I went about questioning Bloodhouse gravekeepers. They all told me the same story. Once Leafs and our officers had confirmed Xenos dead, his corpse was interred under strict supervision. There seemed little reason to doubt their testimony on that point, and when I mentioned the defacement of Xenos' grave, accounts grew rather more vague. None reported having seen any suspicious persons in the vicinity, and all assumed the act to have been perpetrated by a vengeful Alamegan. Crucially, however, I was able to confirm that when the offending scrawl was removed, as per Lisa's instruction, no one involved thought to check the contents of the coffin. By that stage, 'tis like the corpse was already missing. Assuming Xenos has not, in fact, risen from the dead, we are left with two possibilities. Either the body was disposed of to lend credence to the claims of an extremely committed imposter, or an Asian has taken up residence within it. If Asahi was a fervent devotee as you believe, he would not have been fooled by an impersonation, however committed. We must assume that we are dealing with an Asian, and proceed accordingly. Agreed. The question is, how many more such monsters are waiting for Alphinaud and Garlean? Their presence was his chief reason for going. He understood the risks. I only hope he did not underestimate the extent of the infestation. Meanwhile, on the Imperial Hypersonic Assault Craft LXXV. Couldn't give it a name, guys? It's just gonna be blown up. They don't bother naming them anymore. Master Alphinaud, we are making good speed towards our destination. Is aught amiss? Nay, 'tis just I could see naught from my cabin, and I was curious to know the land over which we flew. Ah, I am afraid our military craft are built with little thought for such niceties. I am happy to indulge your curiosity, however. We are presently passing over the burn on the western edge of Authart. We have the benefit of a porthole. Your gaze would have been greeted with naught but malms upon malms of lifeless earth. I have read something of the burn. It was described as a desolate wasteland bled dry of every last drop of ether. Aye, it is believed that a succession of icon summonings was responsible. When Emperor Solus first came to Authart, he beheld this blight. He is said to have reeled at the scale of devastation. He declared icons a threat to our very star's existence, and issued an empire-wide decree ordering the eradication of all such entities. Report! We're under attack, sir. Magitech armor, no visible designation. Magitech? But who? All cannons, return fire! Damage report! The main reactor's been hit! Helm's unresponsive. We're going down, sir! Damn it! They knew exactly where to hit us. All hands, brace for impact! Get wrecked, Alphinaud. He hates it. Glad to have you back, Master Alphinaud. We've landed in one piece, more or less. But the air filtration system is damaged and the ship is filling with smoke. We must gather the survivors and get out of here while we still can. Aye. Oh. I was not expecting a, event. Alright, we get to play as Alphinaud, who has Rune 3, Physic, Tri-Shackle, and Starstorm. Okay. Master Alphinaud, I'm gonna ask you to search for survivors. I will see to our injured helmsmen. Alright, so we are in the burn. It is a game that never ends, except it does. And I know when it will end, but we are not there yet. Take that. Oh, look at that. There's a man under here. What? Why are you healing Carbuncle? I didn't click on Carbuncle. Carbuncle's fine. Yeah, dude. You're good now. Oh. Okay, can you let me click this, dude? Thank you. What do you mean this is the game that never ends, Faye? This is an amazing game. Like, thanks. I don't think I would have made it. Yes, you very likely saved his life. The question as to who would try to take it remains, however. Put these last few out of their misery. The prince wishes none alive. The prince? They've not come to parley, I fear. Ready your weapons. Look at fucking Moonstone Carbuncle here just wrecking these guys' shit. Yeah. It's a long game. I knew that when I started it, that I was going to be at this one for a while. Also, welcome back. Did you enjoy your time in Europe? I'm only going to be going up to the end of Endwalker, though. I'm not going into the post-patch for Endwalker or the Dawn Trail. Tell us all about it. What'd you do? What'd you see? Oh, look, more of them. I need to find my box of band-aids. Anyway. Confound it! Not here! Not like this! What? Who in the Emperor's name? Enemies of our enemies. Introductions can wait. You are calm in a crisis, Master Alphinaud. Let us finish this then. Why did my fucking bandage keep on missing? We're at the London and Edinburgh. That sounds awesome. I want to go there. Holy shit. This menacing mercenary just fucked these two dudes. Let him go. You are mine. Well, that attack certainly looks familiar. Oh, back, I got him. Oh, a child's trick. You got like quite a bit of HP though. Okay. Okay. Ah! My thanks, boy. Kind of pointless at that point there. Menacing mercenary. My thanks. Your intervention proved most timely. Well, well, I did not think to meet an Eorzean in this place, let alone a scion. You know of me, sir? I have some small history with your order. But I would speak of the present. Know you your assailants, and the severity of your predicament. The soldiers bore the insignia of the Emperor's personal guard. And I could venture a guess as to their motive, but you have us yet at a disadvantage, sir. Will you not tell us who you are? Our names are not for yours, for the asking, and as for our purpose, let this be your answer. An Ascian mask? The face of our prey. These guys hunt Ascians. Interesting. We must away before more arrive. Come with us or stay, but make your choice now. Even should we manage the long trek out of the burn and secure passage to the capital, we could no doubt be greeted by the Emperor's guard. Indeed. We accept your gracious offer, Shadow Hunter will suffice for the present. Come. Color of the mask signifies that he has killed not a couple in Assyrians. Not weak ones. Ugh, this is intolerable. But as much as I wish to know otherwise, there is nothing we can do for Alphinaud now but pray for his success. Well, that is not entirely true. While your brother journeys to Garlean from the east, I can make my way there from Alamigo and find out what there is to be learned of in the Empire's western provinces. Then I'm coming with you. I can't very well sit here sipping tea if there's action to be taken. Forgive me, Alice, but the provinces are hostile territory and stealth is all important. It is safer that I go alone. I can sneak well enough when the situation demands it. Don't patronize me. You should leave this to Thancred. I'll go with him. No. Thancred wants to go off and do something important. Let's let him go. Not you too. I understand your frustration, Alice, but Miro has the right of it. We must defer to Thancred's expertise on this matter. Fine. Just promise you'll be careful. Again, I feel like these should all be voiced. It seems that praying is to be the extent of my contribution after all, but I'll stay behind as I've been bid. We all have our talents. Mine just happen to evolve as silver tongue and soft souls. I promise to send word the moment I learn aught of consequence. See that you notify me too. I mean to depart for Doma as soon as I find a suitable East Edelnard vessel to bear me thither, but I shall return if I am needed. And be sure to drop in whenever you're next in the area, Miro. With any luck, I'll have a painfully detailed report from Alphinaud to share. Emissary of the Dawn. Wait, was that the last quest? Okay, no, that was the last quest for 4.3. You have learned the emote Ponder. So let's show you guys Ponder. There you go. All Miro does is look to the side. How very interesting. Sisterly act. Oh, Miro, you've come here hoping for news. I'm afraid there isn't any. Everything is exactly as it was. Ishtola is still investigating primals in the Far East. Thancred is still gathering intelligence in the Imperial provinces. And Alphinaud is still out there somewhere. There's been no word since his first scheduled report, nor does he respond to calls. And all the while, I'm just meant to sit around here waiting. It's driving me mad. Begging your pardons, I bear a message from the Eorzean Alliance. Thank the gods for that. We have a visitor. Welcome to the Rising Stones. If you have a message, I should be most eager to hear it. My lady, the Alliance leadership will soon convene to discuss the matter of the Assyrian interference, and then they humbly request the presence of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Having assessed the intelligence provided by the Alamegan resistance concerning the whereabouts of Xenos' remains, they too suspect Assyrian involvement and wish to deliberate a suitable course of action. As for the foremost authorities on our foe, your Order's Council will be most welcome. Of course, we should be glad to assist in whatever way we can. With almost everyone else afield, I'd say that this one falls to us, by which I mean I'm not going on my own. You'll come with me, I trust. I'd rather not. If you would rather not, how do you think I feel? I despise formal occasions, as you well know, but in the absence of Alphinaud and the others, we'll just have to grin and bear it, won't we? Everyone just shrugs. Well, there you have it. We accept the invitation. Thank you. The time and date of the meeting will be shared in due course, but I can confirm that the council will take place in Alamigo. By your leave. How much do you want to bet the leaders of the country? We're just like, hey, how do the Scions feel about this? I somehow doubt we'll have anything useful to offer, but standing mutely at a meeting would still be better than doing nothing of late. Let's make ready to depart, shall we? Thancred, what's going on, man? Alright, just be careful on the road. Back. You here? Did I hear right, Real? Is Tancred coming back? Aye, he is. Says he's acquired some important intelligence. Being in Garlean territory, though, he couldn't risk sharing the particulars in case the Imperials were listening in. So, he said he'd head back as quick as he could, and to make sure someone was waiting for him in the Alamigan Quarter. Understood. Miro and I will go. We're all bound for Alamigo anyway, and there's sure to be time before the council begins. Come on, let's be off. Could you loser? We have no Alphinaud to belittle, so now it's on you. We have Hoary Boulder. Anyway, how much you want to bet that the leaders of the country were just like, hey, oh shit, his corpse is missing. What do the Scions think about this? And they're like, oh, they suspect Ascians, and the party leader, the country leaders are like, oh yeah, it was definitely Ascians, for sure. Let's get a thing together to see if we get the Scions and let them know we think it was Ascians. Hey, Tancred. You two are a sight for sore eyes. Now all I need is water for my parched throat. Fetch me a cup, will you? Trips into the Imperial territory is thirsty work.
God, I needed that.
I won't bother telling you to catch your breath. Whatever brought you galloping back to us, I assume it's urgent.
Quite. Without further ado, then. After the successful uprisings in Doma and Alamigo, rebels in several other provinces were inspired to follow suit. Unfortunately, they did not fare quite so well. The Dalmascans paid the heaviest price. For their defiance, the Emperor made a show of razing their capital to the ground, prompting many of their neighbors to abandon thoughts of resistance. But not all have given up on liberty. Heartened by the news of Doma's prisoner exchange, some still believe that the Empire may one day be amenable to negotiation. We have the shinobi to thank for spreading the good word. They have worked tirelessly to keep the subjugated informed, and a little knowledge can go a long way.
There is at least a spark of hope, then.
A spark in want of kindling, yes. The Alliance has already begun supplying materiel to resistance movements abroad, many of whom would otherwise struggle to continue the fight. The support effort has been led by the Sultana and the Elder Seedseer, who have both seen enough Alamigan refugees to know the consequences of oppression. And for their troubles, they have quickly earned a reputation as folk heroes in certain corners of the Empire. That is all for the provinces. As for the Garlean motherland itself, our friends the Popularis have suffered something of a setback, I regret to say. Talk is rife that Doma has summoned a primal, and the Empire's more liberal voices are being drowned out in the fearful clamour for retribution.
And who do they think orchestrated this summoning?
Oh, any but those truly responsible. Xenos has seen to that. Speaking of whom, The Crown Prince is recovering remarkably well. Well enough, in fact, to enable him to personally tour the provinces, putting the fear of the Emperor into the hearts of any would-be dissidents.
He walks in plain sight, and none suspect him. Then it's as we feared.
Yes, an Ascian wears his skin. But it was not that which brought me here in such haste. During my time in the provinces, I learned many things. Yet at no point did I hear any report of a Doman emissary in the capital.
But Alphinaud should have arrived by now. Could they be holding in there in secret?
The possibility did cross my mind, but I have reason to believe he never reached his destination. As you know, scions assigned to covert operations, such as Riol and myself, are issued special link pearls for communication in the event of an emergency. I mention this because it was originally Alphinaud's task to coordinate the response at headquarters, meaning he has one. And whose voice should I hear when mine recently crackled to life?
You spoke with Alphinaud?
Spoke with, no. I but heard his voice, and none too clearly at that. 2 words were all I could make out. The burn.
The wasteland on the edge of Otherd. Something must have happened to them there. There's no time to waste. We must make for the burn at once.
I had a feeling you might say that.
And? I can't very well sit around here drinking tea if Alphinaud's in trouble. You said yourself that this link pill was only to be used in emergencies. So I'm going, and that's the end of it.
Oh, far be it from me to change your minds.
Far be it from him. Alright, let's talk to Alyssa. I will leave the 2 of you to your task and see to my own. Loath though I am to neglect making preparations for the council, we must act swiftly before Alphinaud's trail goes cold. I propose we first pay Ian a visit. He's sure to want to hear about these developments, and he may well be able to advise us on how best to reach the burn. A sound plan, and Ishtola's in Doma, is she not? I dare she say she'd join you in the search if you ask her nicely. While you see to all that, I shall go and report my findings to the Alliance. You may leave any preparations for the council to me. Thank you, Thancred. Right, to Doma then. We have much and more to share with Ishtola. Sorry, Chocobo. Or sorry, Cheshire. Unfortunately, you were not able to catch Pactor's favorite Pokemon. Right, we gotta go through here to get to the Doman Enclave. There's Ishtola. Just hanging out in the Doman Enclave. That is curious indeed. While other matters demand my attention at present, I shall bear what you have told me in mind. Should you notice any change, do not hesitate to seek me out. Thank you, my lady. You are most kind. I mean, there's a giant... Oh, okay, that's a pickaxe. At first I thought it was a giant wrench. Well, well, 2 faces from the dim and distant past. Come now, it hasn't been that long. Who Who was it that you were speaking with? A local miner who supplies crystals for the rebuilding effort. Of late, he claims to have struggled to find a crystal with so much as a trace of elemental energy. Upon learning that I had some knowledge of ether, he came seeking my counsel. Just now, he brought me one of his recent finds. It was precisely as he described, devoid of elemental energy, and eerily reminiscent of the de-aspected crystals that manifested in Eorzea in the days prior to the calamity. It would be wise to investigate this phenomenon more closely. Indeed, but on a more positive note, the locals seem to have taken a liking to you. More an interest in than a liking to, I think. The sight of a Mikoti with a peculiar contraption upon her head was a certain novelty value in these parts. Without any actual regard they may have for me, I owe wholly to you and the others who came before. Everything here has been exceedingly cooperative, and I am pleased to report that I have all but concluded my investigation. Simply put, by focusing on one's will upon an ether-infused object of worship, it is possible to conduct a summoning. So the fact that there are objects of worship is the key. They are themselves suffused with requisite belief? Correct. Such sacred relics as the Kojin collect obviate the need for religious fervor in the summoner, Yotsuyu being the most obvious example. She had but the associate artifact given to her by Asahi with the divine, and it served to amplify her desires and give them form. A form nourished through the power of crystals, also provided by her brother, and thus was Tsukiyumi brought to being. Which brings me to the question of preventative measures, to which I have yet to find a satisfactory answer. At present, I know of naught that will avail us, save to keep watch over the movement of relics and crystals as if we did not already have enough to keep watch over already. But I doubt you came all this way to hear which may be perused in a report. Has something reported to Alphinaud? Or happened to Alphinaud? I shall join you in the search, of course. Thank you, Y'shtola. I should be glad of your help, truly. Now, if there's nothing else, I shall go on ahead and request an audience with Lord Hyun. Alice puts on a brave face, but she has little talent for concealment. We should join her in the Kienken. Jeremy, would you fight Alice? Alright guys, we're going to take a quick break here, and then we'll come back and do some more exploring. Do some more questing. Don't go anywhere.